most people that are gonna. Okay, we're recording here. Okay, guys, so let's stay interactive here for a minute. Y'all just keep your background noise since we have a few people on. Whoever joins us late is fine as well. A couple things I want to go over. Obviously, tonight is the end of the month, so we usually don't have a call on the very end of the month, but wanted to at least get together, huddle together, and and do a quick one here instead of not doing one call. So, couple things. Number one, last week's call was pretty exciting. Had a bunch of people on, a lot of enthusiasm. You guys can tell that there's power in numbers, right? So that energy breeds energy. So very important to, of course, always have your people on the calls. You guys know that. Welcome to the call, Chica, Earl, just joining us. So anyway, we're going to keep tonight's call short. Couple things. Just by a raise, and y'all stay interactive, by the way, since we got just a small number of people, so I want y'all to be interactive here with me for a minute. How many of y'all, and you could just raise your hand first of all. Look at Morgan just eating. She's just eating. Making me hungry. How many of y'all, okay, so obviously we did that supervisor explanation last week for everybody, live and unfiltered and whatnot. How many of y'all, first of all, got value out of that and got excited about that? Raise your hand. Okay, very good. Number two, what I wanted to do, and look at Alcy cleaning those teeth. Y'all, no, it's okay. Keep it real. Everybody's authentic. Interactive. I see somebody sitting on the toilet.
You said be interactive.
If somebody's sitting on the toilet, we got somebody in the shower, then we're like, okay, now.
Okay, don't keep it that real.
There's no turning back. There's no turning back after that. So
right.
So, but on the real, let's talk here for a minute. So, how many of y'all's? I did the shorter version of the video because, of course, last week was an hour and a half. So for new people or whatever, instead of them sitting through an hour and a half or whatever, we wanted to have a shorter version, or I wanted to have a shorter version, more compact and concise. How many of y'all, first of all, saw that with undivided attention? Raise your hand. Okay, so if you didn't see it with undivided attention, I need you to go see it. Okay, that's number one, because y'all got to keep in mind, number one for you, repetition's the mother of all skill. Repetition's the mother of all learning. That's for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, number two, keep in mind that you will only get your people to do what you are most excited and what you feel most strong about. Right? So let's take, for example, I always like to do the good scenario and then the bad scenario, so you can see the difference between the two and you can see the outcomes. You guys understand that? I don't like to just talk about perfect, rosy scenario all the time. Let's talk about also the person that I'm getting a lot of feedback for some reason. I'm gonna since Alcy, let me check that and see if that was him. Of course it was him. Alcy, you must have been cleaning the phone or something too with that little toothpick. I use those things too. So let's take the good and the bad scenario. So let's say that you're a person that wants to build your business and you want to get to the Get Team, and we've got 2 90-day plans to get to the extravaganza, and you want to get to Get Team and all that other stuff. But let's not even say you're the type person. Let's say you have a type of person that, like we did the new supervisor video explanation, and the person puts it off, and they don't watch it. And they think that just watching last week's call, they were on last week's call, so why do I need to see it again, right? They think that that's sufficient from last week. But you guys all know that, like, the LDW, the STS, the extravaganza, the exciting call that we had last week. After X amount of days, kind of wears off, doesn't it? The excitement wears off. How much it's at the forefront of your mind wears off, which means that how much you're actually talking about it to your people wears off. You guys understand what I'm saying? Nod your head. Okay. So for someone that wants to get to the GET team or millionaire team or president's team, talking to you guys that are watching this later on the internet as well, you got to be obsessed with this stuff. You got to go learn it, watch it. Don't ever think that, one and done is okay. Like you watch something and I got it. Okay, I got it. Because after a few days, it wears off. It's not on the forefront of your mind. Then you're not speaking about it to your people, right? Therefore, and now you're not getting supervisors, and now you're not building royalties. But if you're always feeding your mind the stuff, so you're present to what's going on, like right now, what's the things that are important, right? One of the most important things with this new supervisor qualification, new qualified producer qualification, that I'm telling you, every single person that you talk to that's even a warm body, remotely interested, you'll be saying, oh my God, I'm so glad that we're talking today because we got the most mind-boggling announcement. We got the most mind-boggling enhancement to our marketing plan and payment structure that the company's had in the history of the company in 38 years. They've never done this before. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad that we have a chance to talk. You guys see how you would approach conversations differently if it's always like right here at the front of your mind because you've been feeding it. A person that's one and done watches it once, a week goes by, 2 weeks goes by, 3 weeks goes by, and trust me, their mind is so rusty that they can't even explain it if we paid them. If we paid them to explain, here's $100, explain this, they'd be going, So here's the point. You guys as leaders, you got to be razor sharp, and at the flick of a switch, you got to be able to pitch the pitch. You got to be able to talk about this new thing with the type of excitement and intensity, and that's what's going to build your business. That's what's going to, because people are, hey, you've heard Mark Hughes say, you've heard other people say it, people are only going to get a percentage excited as you are, a certain percentage excited. And I'm not, by the way, I'm not just talking about excitement and like a false excitement, like hype. I'm not talking about hype. I'm talking about genuine, authentic excitement. I mean, are y'all not genuinely, authentically jacked out of your mind about this new qualified producer and supervisor program? This is your ticket in 2018. Y'all need to get that. I don't mean like y'all need to get that, like you haven't got that, but since today is fresh, y'all need to get that. I know y'all got it last week and you get it every time that you hear it. I know you get it and I know you got it, but you need to get it again. It's okay to keep getting it. You know what I mean? You just got to re-up on your, I got it. So you're clear. Because when you understand, like Jim Rohn says it, the half a dozen things that make the majority of the difference in your business, right? Well, guess what? One of the big ones that we don't talk about much and that we don't teach much, but it's definitely taught through osmosis. It's definitely taught if you're paying attention, right? Oh, I like that from Elsie. Got it. Nope, get it until really got it. I like that. Okay, but check this out. One of the things that we don't talk about much, but if you're always paying attention, you'll learn it through people doing it by teaching it, is the art of promotion. The art of promotion. Okay? You guys know that, like, for example, you take Don King or you take who are the others? Oscar De La Hoya or any of these boxing promoters, right? Bob Arum, all these guys, boxing promoters. What are they? They're promoters, and they're making a lot of money from promoting. Concert promoters, event promoters, people that do promotions, they make a lot of money. Well, Mark Hughes was the master of promotions. The company in general is a master of promotions. I mean, ever since I've gotten started, they've had promotions. And promotions are simply designed to get people doing more than they would do under normal circumstances. Y'all got to write that verbiage down. That's from Mark Hughes. Promotions are designed to get people doing more than they would do under normal circumstances, like if you didn't have a promotion at all. And a promotion is also, we could call it an incentive. It incentivates people. It motivates people. It incentivates people. But promotion, the art of promoting whatever it is that you're talking about, to get somebody to move, to get somebody to do more than they would normally do under regular circumstances. Does this make sense? Nod your head. Okay. So guess what? I mean, obviously there's lots of promotions. There's vacations. The marketing plan itself is a built-in promotion, you know, moving to the different levels and the different positions and all that good stuff, right? The recognition, the VIP seating, the gifts, the vacations, the you name it, right? But the new supervisor and qualified producer, is that a promotion? It's a huge promotion. So guess what you got to learn how to do? And it's okay if you go and you might feel dumb at first, you know, but go practice in front of a mirror. Or go, you know, some people they'll get their dog over there and they'll practice on their dog. Like, you know, practice the lingo. Like, you're not even going to believe it. You're not even going to believe what I'm fixing to tell you. Are you ready? Let me talk to your dog. Say that. And then your dog goes, woof. And you go, okay, listen, you know, whatever. Or talk in the mirror, but get the lingo down. Or better than that, if you need to do that a couple, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, fine, to get the lingo, okay? But then better than that is talk to a human being, you know, that will add to your pay check, your pay structure, your pay levels. Talk to human beings, right? Because that's all that you need in this business is warm bodies that are listening, that are interested in what you have to offer. Whether we're talking about money, part-time, full-time, whether we're talking about products, whatever. You guys understand that? And y'all keep in mind, never underestimate the value and the potential of what a customer can turn into. One customer well taken care of can open doors for you that you can never open on your own. Not only can they bring you referrals, and some of those referrals might end up being your next Get Team member, whether that person signed up or not, but the referral signed up because they got incredible results on the products. So you just never know where one excited, happy customer, where that's going to lead you. You guys understand that? Okay. But the big thing is learning how to promote and being okay promoting, because you're wanting to give people that extra incentive to get them wanting to do what you want them to do, which is move, which is do more than they would normally do if you never talked to them or if you never gave them an incentive. Okay? So I'm telling you, you guys, without beating the horse here. I was going to say beat a dead horse, but you guys get the point. But without beating the horse here too much, I just really, really want you guys to really get the magnitude of how important this new supervisor program is, and qualified producer, because that could be the foundation for supervisor. Geez, they get the qualified producer in 12 days. Now they're tasting that 42%. And now guess what? They got 1,000 points on the board. and they're halfway to supervisor. And they can do it within 2 months. Now the next thing is, what I want you all to do is, where's my thing? Oh yeah. What I want y'all to do, whether you got a whiteboard or whether you got a whatever, this is what successful people always do. Here's what you want to do.
Go look in your car.
It's okay. I got them muted. I'm fast. I can do that. Last week we had 2 pages of people. I couldn't find them fast enough. Okay. Plus that little glitch at the beginning totally threw my energy off. 10 minutes trying to get back on the call. Then I was like, didn't know where I was. So I like these little smaller ones sometimes too. So what you need to do, here's all this is. And this is for customers, this is for distributors, this is for potential distributors, this is for existing distributors. Okay? And we can take it a step deeper. And they've got graphs and stuff like that, but you could do that. So of course you're up top. This is you up top, right? And then let's assume you could be a person that don't have any distributors underneath you, or you could be a person that already has 2 distributors underneath you, first line. These here are first line, first line. This is first level, or I call it first line. The line is horizontal, right? But first line or first level, it's the same thing. Of course, these are second line or second level. Okay, call it whatever you want to call it. It's the same thing. Okay, so you could be a person that's got 2 distributors first line under you already, no distributors first line, 5 distributors first line. I don't care what it is, whether it's none or whether it's some. But what I want to like implore you guys to do is map out your group, whether you got a group or don't got a group. Because if you map it out and you have a blueprint of your existing team or your future team, then now you got a blueprint. How you gonna build a house without a blueprint? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? We built houses before. I can't imagine going and building a house and then the builder just does it by just showing up and guessing where the door goes and guessing the measurements. You'd have a lot of measurements that were off, wouldn't you? You know what I mean? You got to have a blueprint. So this is called, I'm going to write it down. Let me see if y'all can guess what this is.
Manifestation.
Well, there's no wrong answer. I'll accept that. What else is it? Okay, just for the sake of time. Just for the sake of time. Is that backwards or does that show up front ways? Is that backwards or does it show up front ways?
It's front ways.
It's front? Okay, it's backwards on mine. Okay, so this is simply called mapping your group. Mapping. Have y'all ever heard that term before, mapping?
Yes.
It's okay if you haven't. I mean, you can say, no, I have never heard that. It's okay. There's no wrong answers here. Okay, so it's called mapping your group, mapping your organization, mapping your team, mapping your business. You follow? So you could have you could have your whiteboard, you could have a sheet of freaking paper, you could have a Post-it note. I don't care how you do it. The point is doing it, putting it down. So you draw it out, map out your business, map out your group, map out your organization, existing and or future organization. You guys understand? Because guess what? Here's the key. Even like, let's take this for example, like this is me. And let's say I got nobody yet that distributors underneath me. So here's what I would do. I would draw 3 first lines and then I would draw 3 underneath over here, underneath each one. Now I've got 9 second level, 3 first level, and that means I got 12 in my first 2 levels, 12 people, even before I've signed up anybody. And now we'll move to what Morgan just talked about manifesting. The universe is a magnificent, wonderful place filled with energy. right? And if it's not, if you don't have like a blueprint to manifest in the first place, then you're further away from getting your goal. Just writing this down puts the wheels in motion inside of the universe in sort of in terms of putting it into the universe. And then when you write it down and you look at it, it becomes more ingrained visually into your brain versus just someone just hearing it on a call. You guys understand? Now, next, what you can do is then you can go, let's see if y'all know what this is. Y'all know what that is down there? It's CI. You know what CI is? I'll tell you. Center of Influence. Actually, COI, but whatever. CI. Center of Influence. COI. COI. Center of Influence. What's your center of influence? Center of influence is just not friends and family. You guys understand that? Your center of influence is just not friends and family. Center of influence means the center of who you have influence on, who has influence on you. It could be your bank teller. It could be your dentist that you get along good with. It could be, you know, your acquaintance that you're always your workout buddy at the gym. Whoever, that's a center of influence, right? A colleague, a work partner, an old high school friend, whatever. So what you do when you start mapping, and by the way, you can have one for business and you can have one for customers as well. Okay. Now I know people that have done this, like when they were brand new in the business, and then they started writing their list and they started mapping and putting people down. And then what they would do before they even talk to the person, let's say they're going to do a business presentation and call them up and tell them about the most mind-boggling thing that's ever happened in the history of our company. And that's the reason I'm calling you. That's the reason I want to talk to you, because this may or may not be for you, but I just want you to take a look, because this changes the whole game with this new program that we have. You guys understand? You guys understand the posture? I know people that were brand new that wrote down people on their center of influence, and now these people are president's team. And this is before they had anybody. Center of influence people. Center of influence people. People that have been in the business for 20 and 30 years because somebody called them and they were excited and they said, oh my God, whatever the promotion was, whatever the hot thing was, the reason why I'm calling, the reason why I want to talk to you, this is mind-boggling, this is whatever, right? And these people end up getting started, and now they're president's team, and they got president's team underneath them as well. Center of influence. That's from center of influence, no advertising. Now you can do advertising, you can do social media. I recommend doing it all. Do everything. But one of the things is don't skip center of influence, right? Because if you skip it, then guess what? Then you won't teach it, and then your people will skip it. And do you know that you can sign up someone right here, and then they got somebody down here that could be your Enrique Carrillo or your Jorge and Disney or your Jaime or your anybody. Garen Jones could be here, but if you didn't sign this person up, you never would have got to the Garen Jones or the Super Mario or the Style Bell. You guys understand that? I mean, for real, y'all got to get that. Y'all got to really get that, because there's power in duplication. Duplication. That's what you're doing, duplicating, because this person knows a whole bunch of people that you don't know. So this person can bring you your superstar. By the way, I'm just talking about, it could be a superstar, or they could bring you, 5 people that aren't superstars, but 5 people that are worth one superstar. You see the difference? Not everybody's going to be a superstar, but they could bring you 5 people that are fantastic. Maybe they're not rock stars like Style Bell. Maybe they just get to the Get team. Right? I mean, Get team members are rock stars anyway. Okay. But what if you signed up one person that brought you 5 Get team members over the next 2 years? Would it be worth calling up that one person or setting an appointment with that one person to do a presentation? You better believe it. So what I just want to stimulate your mind here so you guys have this sense of urgency, because you've got a reason now. This is like having a whole new division to our company. In 38 years, we've never had this opportunity before to get supervisors like we have right now and to get qualified producers. Are you kidding me? And only America or the American territories have this opportunity. Everywhere else has to do the 4K. We get to do the other thing. You understand? Does everybody understand? Who's excited about this, like for real? Throw your hands in the air.
Let's go. Yes.
Throw your hands in the air. Damn, look how big my arms are getting. Okay, forget about that though. Oh, there you go, Alcy. Look at him. That's right. That's right. Okay, so I want y'all to be really excited about this. I want you to know how to map, start mapping, draw it out. And I'm talking about existing and even the group that you're gonna have. Because then what you'll do, you can start and if you have a deadline to fill in the names, then you'll be forced. It's like an exercise that will force you to fill in the names. Fill in the names of those circles of your potential people. And then you'll have a blueprint so you can start contacting these people and doing presentations with them. You can do presentations right here on the Zoom. You can do presentations right on your, if they have a iPhone, on a FaceTime presentation, or you can do a face-to-face presentation, or you can just do it old school and talk to them on the phone. You can talk right over the phone and tell them what's going on. You don't have to do a 3-hour presentation. You know what I'm saying? 10, 12 minutes and boom, you're done. Okay? 70% of the people that you're going to talk to need to lose weight. Keep that in mind. Write that down. 70% of the people that you're going to talk to about the business opportunity need to lose weight. How do I know that? Because 70% of the population is overweight. 70% of the population needs to lose 10 to 50 pounds on average. 10 to 50, 5-0. That's the stats. That was the stats 10 years ago. It's the stats today. 70% of the population needs to lose between 10 and 50 pounds on average. We're not even talking about the market that's obese. We haven't even touched that. So that means 7 out of 10 people that you're going to talk to about the business, they could trim off 10, 12, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds. Now, we don't even need to talk about that out of that 70%, the people that got sleep problems and attitude problems, maybe even because they're, because they might have self-esteem or they might issues, self-esteem, because it's all one thing affects the next thing. Everything affects everything, right? So if they're feeling bad because they don't have good nutrition, and if they're 20, 25 pounds overweight and their ankles are swollen, then is that going to affect their attitude? Yeah, because they're sitting there hobbling around every day in pain and not feeling good. Okay? Now, what if they got digestive problems, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, on medication, can't sleep, stress, all those things that people have outside of weight loss? So you guys understand the people that are walking. Do you know how many people out there have IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, and you don't even know it? And then you find out one day and you're going, geez, that's why they've been grimacing for 3 months. Got that painful look on their face. But they never told you. There's so many people walking around with digestive problems that you would never know it. And they're wondering why they got digestive problems because they're drinking 4 gallons of milk every day. I mean, people, they don't know. They don't know. Got digestive problems like crazy, but they're drinking a gallon of milk. Really? Don't drink milk. Right? They're going, really? Why? Why? Because you'll end up like you are right now, in pain all the time. You guys understand what I'm saying? So just to understand that. So all your business presentations, it also means that guess what? That's somebody that's going to get their life changed on the products as well. They don't know it yet. You know it. And you just got to already have that posture that 7 out of 10 people that you're talking to, they already right from out of the gate need and want what you have. Not just for weight loss, but all the other long list of ailments that people suffer with. You understand? And if you're a good, you guys know, I don't know if y'all are old enough, maybe me and Sam, maybe Chica, I'm not sure, okay? But y'all know Detective Columbo? Y'all remember that program? See, Chica don't even know it. Sam does. Sam's going, uh-huh. Anybody else know Detective Columbo? It was a show back in the 70s or whatever. Oh, Brandon knows it. He was a detective, and he was real good. Oh, he doesn't know it? Y'all need to look it up, because this was the show of all times. But he was a detective, like a Sherlock Holmes type guy, and he would always trap people. Like, he would ask these questions, but so innocently, and then people would end up trapping their own selves and confessing or whatever, you know. But he asked a lot of questions. When you learn how to kind of be Detective Columbo, ask lots of unassuming questions, then your people start opening up to you, and you'll find out a lot about them with their health issues and whatever. But you got to be strategic about it, because people hold their cards close to their vest when you first know them, when you first meet them. They don't trust you yet. Bob didn't trust me yet. He held his cards close to his vest. He told me he didn't have any money to qualify for supervisor. He never told me about that credit card with the free with big old limit on it that he had stashed away for a special occasion. He did tell me about that once I gained his trust. Do you guys understand the difference? So people, they're not going to tell you. It's like poker. They're not going to tell you their full hand the second that you meet them and the second you start talking to them. But when they do start understanding, you know, how much you care instead of how much you know, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, right? You guys know that. So when they start understanding that you really care about them, that you're coming from a position of authenticity and you want to help them achieve whatever goal it is that they're after, whether it's health or financial or whatever, when they start believing in that, then they'll start opening up to you. You guys understand that? So your job is to get them to like open up. And you can't do it on that first question, second question. You got to have some patience with it and let that thing unravel. Be willing to let that thing unravel and unfold. Have patience. It doesn't take that long, but just be real patient like that. You guys understand? Every question you ask, kind of ask it like, oh, by the way, like I just thought of this question. You might ask the same 10 questions to every single person you talk to, but you got to make it come across like you just thought of this question. Oh, by the way, before I forget, let me ask you this. You see how you kind of come, because when you start asking lots of questions, like the 20 question thing, then people are like, you know, sometimes if you come at them too hard, then they put their defense up, like you're giving them the third degree with all these questions. So you got to be real coy about how you ask people lots of questions, especially when they might be personal questions coming to their health or their things that they might be insecure about, whether it's their health or their weight or their finances, right? I used to ask people all the time. I would phrase it this way when I would ask someone about their financial situation when it came to the business. I'd say, so tell me a little bit about your, you know, if you don't mind me asking, tell me about your financial situation. Are you doing okay? Are you financially compromised? I mean, what's that situation looking like? You know, that way I know how I can best service you and you know, and give you the best, you know, guidance. You see how soft that is? And you see the word I would use, are you financially compromised? I didn't say, are you broke? Are you, you know what I'm saying? Are you a failure? you know, so you got to be real tactful the way that you say these things. And I'm telling you, you'll get some answers out of these people as long as they don't feel threatened by your questions. Do you guys understand that? So to complete this, map your group. Your existing group, map your future group. Okay? Even if you don't have names in here, it'll force you to put names in there and start making appointments. Start making phone calls with your center of influence. Get your new people to do this as well, because you're digging, because you want to build lines. See, don't just think about this supervisor conversation. Oh my goodness, you mean I can get a supervisor in 8 weeks and for only 2,000 documented volume? Oh, that's fantastic. No, you're missing the whole boat. You want to drive lines. First level, second level, third level. Drive lines, because everybody can tag on for 1,000. Or better than that, you just divide the volume. 3 people divide 4K. 1233 apiece, or 1333 apiece. See, and once you do this over and over and over, you'll start knowing what the numbers are. 4 people is 1250 apiece. A line of 5, what is that? A line of 5 would be 6,000. That's going to be even less. It's like 1,100 or something. What are you asking them there? Ask your office. Oh, yeah, I got you. Yeah, perfect. You guys understand? So you want to drive lines of supervisors. So this gives you the reason, number one, for you to map out your stuff. You know, who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? You know anybody interested in making an extra $500 to $1,000 a month? Y'all need to be saying that all day, every day. You know anybody interested in making an extra $500, $1,000 a month without interfering with what they're doing and having a good time doing it? Do you? You know? The question is not, do you know anybody here? This is what the question is not. Do you know anybody that wants to join Herbalife and come to meetings all the time? That's not the question. And by the way, we don't go to meetings all the time. By the way, you know what I mean? This is the easiest thing we've ever done now. I don't got to go to a Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday meeting every single week and dress up. Geez, I'm in my shorts and socks and right in my home, working from home with this technology. You guys understand? Paimi is her name. She's 30 years old, and she just hit her first cut of 40K. And her fiance just got President's team, Johan. I posted that the other day, and he's already got his first diamond cut underneath him. These people ain't got no clubs. They do fit camps. They do organizational meetings. They utilize all the stuff. So so utilize what you feel strong about. But we got every tool at our disposal. The only deciding factor is how much you use the tools to build your business, to build your fortune. Use the tools. FaceTime. You remember, text is to set up the appointments. Text is for small talk. You know, little small talk, touching base here, touching base there. To get into the nitty-gritty on business and or products, it's always much better to have that either face-to-face or voice-to-voice, so you can get the back and forth going on, so you can get in their head and answer their questions and help them deal with wherever they're at in their head. You can't deal with people in their head much on text, can you? It was said that if you want to make sure that somebody misunderstands what you're saying, text them. You guys understand? And you know also when you read somebody's text, you got to take a double take. Hold on. How did they mean that? Did they mean it this way, or did they mean it that way, or did they mean it this way? You're never sure of where somebody's coming from on text. Okay? So make sure that you never handle, especially things that deal with someone's psyche, like psychological things that you need a conversation about. Don't deal with that stuff on text. Text is to make the appointment, small talk, touching base with people. Yeah, you can say, how you doing? Yeah, you can say, give me your measurements, or touch base with me. Hey, how you doing on the products? Great, fine. How'd you make your shake? You know, which shake did you have? Did you have 2 today? Okay, fantastic. Let me know if there's anything I can answer for you. Okay, good. You can touch base like that. But when it comes time to like get into the nitty gritty of things, make sure that you're getting on the phone, FaceTime, face-to-face, whatever. You guys understand? Okay, so I'm looking at the clock. This whole thing that I'm talking about right here, this is under the umbrella of the new supervisor promotion, the new qualified producer and supervisor promotion. That in itself is enough reason to give you guys a reason to have a sense of urgency and chase and attack your business like you've never done before. You guys understand? Now, Alcy, unmute your phone for a minute. I want to talk to you. I'm gonna use Alcy as my so I can.
What's up?
I hate talking without having feedback, having somebody come back at me.
Got you.
So I've got a question for you, and you're gonna answer on behalf of the whole group. Okay? Do you want to know a trick?
Yep.
You want to know a trick? Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Does the rest of the group want to know a trick? Raise your hand. Okay. Now, who remembers me saying, and this is all, by the way, this is a trick. This is a business building trick. So fasten your seatbelts. Buckle up. Who remembers me saying last week that when explaining documented volume, that we need to really, under the company's rules and guidelines, what documented volume really is.
Yeah.
Okay? Documented, and I'm going to say it again so everybody can really get this. You guys understand what I said last week about taking advantage of the marketing plan.
Yep.
Now, there's a difference in manipulating, right? Like unethically manipulating something or manipulating people or whatever, right? So now that's not good. Have we ever taught how to manipulate?
Nope.
Does the company teach how to manipulate? No.
Nope.
No, we leave that to other companies. And you notice I didn't mention any names. That's a general statement because in Herbalife, we never talk bad about other companies. Okay, by name.
Right.
So that's just a general statement, kind of just so y'all know. So I just want to be crystal freaking clear that there is a big difference in manipulating the marketing plan or manipulating a business plan or a business structure versus taking advantage of the marketing plan, taking advantage of. Now, you can take advantage of it if educationally you understand it. Make sense? If you understand it. I mean, hey, for 30-something years, just when I thought I understood the marketing plan, I sit here and I'm at the president's team table and they're at the event, or I'm at the lunchroom in the president's team lounge, and I got a president's team member explaining a trick, what they learned, what you can do. I'm going, I never do that. So there's things you can do, is what I'm saying. There's things you can do. So one of the things that I want you guys to be completely clear about is that documented volume is defined by the company is as long as you make a penny or more profit.
Mm-hmm.
You guys understand that?
Got it.
That's it. Okay. So who knows what the POS is? A POS system. Okay. Perfect. So can you, like, and these are in cases where you're trying to qualify for things, right? Or whatever. Like if you're trying to qualify, even if somebody's trying to qualify supervisor, a line of 2 supervisors, right? Can one of those people put in a POS order and basically give it away almost at cost minus 2 cents? You guys understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As long as they made 2 pennies, it's a profitable sale. It's a profitable sale. But that might have helped them push their volume over the edge to get that line of 2K or 3K or 4K, a line of 3 people, a line of 2 people. Because they're like, hey, Granny, come over here. You know, I'm going to give you my cost on this stuff. I'm up for a promotion. Put your order in. Give me your credit card. Okay. You guys understand that?
Got it.
So there are ways that you can take advantage of the marketing plan. I want y'all to be completely crystal clear on that. When we say documented volume, it does not need to be a full retail sale, 100% of all of your customers, 100% retail sale. Now, of course, we want to teach people how to make retail sales, because through retail sales is retail cash flow. And if your people are making retail cash, then they're going to be very excited about this business because they're making money. You guys understand?
Yep.
But they may be in a situation where they need an extra 300 or 400 volume points, or 400 or 500 volume points. Do you know how much volume points one customer can order in 1 month? Who can tell me?
Unlimited.
How much?
However much they want, unlimited.
No, not a customer.
Oh. Is it 100?
No, it's more.
1,100.
Boom, 1,100.
Oh, snap.
That's in 1 month.
Okay.
The company does have limits because there are some people out there, some, people that in Italy, they did this, you know what that means? That's like, they call them furbo. Like, those are gangsters when they, that's like the mafia, people that try to do it, around the back way. Okay. So the company has to put limits out there, right? So people aren't manipulating the marketing plan all the way to the president's team. Because in reality, you could have a customer that orders 1,100 points, and like if I'm at 50%, they could order 1,100 points, and I could give them the products at 49%. I made 1% profit. That's 1,100 documented volume.
Right.
So there is a limit, but that's per month. So could they order 1,100 points the next month?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's right on the point of sale. You can do that right on the point of sale. Okay. Do you guys understand what I'm talking about?
Got it.
So for each customer up to 1,100 points, as long as there's a penny or more profit. Now I would probably do it more than a penny, because that's like cutting it close just from a psychological, because there's different tax rates and stuff like that. So I think the way Monica does it, because there are different, some states have tax, some states don't have tax, shipping is whatever. So she'll just kind of even it out at whatever and make sure that we make, so it's legit on the company. So we make $2 or $3 or $5 or something like that. You follow me?
Got
But company rules is a penny or more profit. It's a documented sale. Okay. So this will really help y'all when it comes time, because this will help y'all when y'all are qualifying for Active World Team, Global Expansion Team, Get Team 2500. You know what I mean? This will help you. I'm going to tell you right now, there is people that are qualifying for President's Team and 15K and 20K and 30K and 40K. Trust me, they know how to take advantage of the marketing plan, legally and ethically. Okay? I don't think 100% of what they're doing, they're giving away at 49%. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying, I will tell y'all this. When you're in qualifications for things, for a position, right? For a position and a higher income and things like that, these are very important things to know, because this is a business. We're business people. Trust me, if you're for example, a stock trader, or if you're in real estate, trust me, the ones that get to the top, they know how to finagle some stuff. They got some Mortgage brokers lined up over here that will get you qualified quick instead of this long, lengthy process. Is that okay? Yeah. Give me the mortgage broker that I don't have to jump through 7 hoops with fire in, you know, give me, I want my house quick. I don't want to have all the pain. Yeah. You got somebody that can pull some strings and has got some tricks up their sleeves because they've been in the industry for a long time. I want that person to make my life easy. I want to buy that home quick. I don't want the thing to fall through after my stuff is in escrow for 6 weeks and then it falls through because you're a crappy loan officer and the underwriter wouldn't approve something. No. Bring me, you know what I mean? I want the people that know what they're doing, that can get stuff done, close the deal. So, hey, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Learn how to take advantage of what's legal and what, you know what I'm saying? So this will help y'all. Now, I got this saved on my phone somewhere, and I'll post it later. I'm looking at the time, so I'll get y'all off the phone. But you guys understand with the I did that 1.22 balancing factor, uplift factor video. Who saw that? Raise your hand. Okay. Make sure that you've seen it. If you didn't see it, okay, it's on NCL. Okay. On Active World Team, there's a formula on there that you need, like for the royalty, it's something like you only need like 7,800 documented group volume, as long as you've got a total of 10, like the undocumented. And the same with Global Expansion Team, 16.5, as long as you got a total of 20. 16.5 documented, total of 20, the uplift factor gets you there. So I've got it all the way to those percentages and what you would actually need. I think Get Team 2500 is around 42,000 documented, as long as the total is 50. Then it'll get you over with your documented with the uplift balancing factor. You guys understand that? So if you haven't seen that video, watch it. If you've seen it and you're still unclear, watch it again because it explains it very clearly. But I'll post those numbers on NCL for you, okay? So has anybody got any questions? Because I know tonight's the last of the month, okay? Has anybody got any questions for closing out your month? Okay? Very good. Is everybody focused on closing out your month? Or when you get off the call, you guys going to go straight to bed? Or are you going to stay up working it, getting those points on the board? What's the answer? Are you going to work it? You're going to work it. You're going to work it. You're going to work it. Okay? Hey, here's a little trick for you. Here's a little trick. Who wants to get to the promised land? I'm almost done, by the way. I'm not going to get on a tangent.
Yes.
Raise your hand if you want to get to the promised land. Here's one of the most important things that you can learn how to do. And that's work the end of the month. Work the end of the month. Work it. And I'm telling you, of course, this is a little bit different day and time than the way that me and Monica did it, but the concept remains the same. I guarantee you, all these people that are in cuts of things, they're working until 2 a.m. California time. Or is that, no, 2 a.m. Texas time, midnight California time. That's 2 a.m. our time, 3 a.m. Eastern time. Okay? They work it all the way till the end. Work it all the way till the end. Now, if you ain't got enough to work all the way till the end, no problem. Work it till you can't work anymore. Map things out, because you got to train yourself how to work the end of the month, and especially the last day of the month to get those points in. This month is 5K double volume for the LDW. You want to be sitting up front, or you want to be sitting in the back where it's all crowded? I'm telling you, every event I go to, even the last one, I was at the table with my press team buddies, and I'm going, man, if you ever want to feel grateful, just go back there. Go back there for a minute and imagine sitting back there like this with all them people, because it's crowded. It's crowded. You know what I'm saying? And I'm claustrophobic. And I'm just, every time I go to them things, I got all that room and that table. I mean, it just makes me grateful. So So you got to learn how to work the end of the month, even if you don't have, and by the way, if you don't have a lot of business to work at the end of the month, then that's also writing on the wall. That's also a wake-up call. So when it is the end of the month, you have a lot to work with. You guys understand that? There's two scenarios there. If you don't have enough to work with, then that means that you got to fill the pipeline, fill the pipeline, fill the pipeline all month long. So you do have a lot to cultivate on the last day of the month. So you do have customers. So you do have distributors popping and DAP program people and people popping lines of supervisor. Okay? If you set your eyes on this stuff, it don't happen overnight, but over time, you'll have a pool to fish from. You got to develop a pool of customers, pool of reorders, pool of referrals with customers, and you got to develop a pool of people to work with on the distributor level as well. And usually it takes about 90 solid days to work that. All out massive action. Massive action equals massive results. You guys understand? It don't just happen overnight, but you got to do it consistently. And then all of a sudden, if you're focused on it, you'll have a big pool of people to work with at the end of every single month. Does that make sense to you guys? Nod your head if it makes sense.
Yes.
Okay, almost done. We've got less than 6 months till the extravaganza, and that's less than 2 90-day plans. Less than 2 90-day plans. After tonight, first January's over with, but January's not over with yet. Not over with yet. Get points on the board. Get more points on the board. Leave no stone unturned, and also do it so you're developing the mental muscle of closing out the end of the month. Map your stuff out. Draw your stuff out. Call people up. Make some deals with them. Get more points on the board, right? Because that's what your job is at the end of the month, to get more points on the board. It's the freaking, you got 5 minutes left in the basketball game. You got 3 minutes left in the football game. You don't quit. Points on the board. Points on the board. Jeez, I ain't even going to bring up what happened to New Orleans in that last play of the game. But it's never, me and Alcee were on the, I'm going, I already had a congratulations text for him. Congratulations. And then it's just like, really? In 11 seconds, they got a touchdown and just took it away from them on 4th down and 20? Really? That just happened? It's never over. So when you got 3 minutes left in the game, you don't, okay, let's go home now. 5 minutes left in the basketball game, you don't stop scoring points. No. So you want to train yourself to do that at the end of every single month. You guys understand that? Train yourself, train yourself, train yourself to do that. Develop that mental muscle to do that. At the end of the month is where magic happens. Okay? Whether you got lots to work with, or whether you got little to work with. If you got little to work with, guess what? Go work it as much as you can work it. Right? Example, if you got 3 customers, go see if you can upgrade those customers, and you'll give them a free cellulose, and you'll give them a mask, and you'll give them 20% off, and you'll give them a prize, and you'll do whatever. You know what I mean? Just for the sake of doing it. Work in the end of the month. That's if you got 3. If you got 30, guess what? You're going to be busy for the next 4 hours, 5 hours. Start making some deals. Call them up. I'm doing an end of the month special. Whatever. It's your lucky day. Do it just because that's what you do. Your job is to score points. Score points. More points on the board. Whatever you need to order for yourself. Don't wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow don't exist. You want as max points on the board for January. Do you want to be on the leaderboard? By the way, do you want to be on the top 10 of the leaderboard, the top 20, or the bottom 30? Where do you want to be on the leaderboard of the top volumes? You guys understand? You know we're putting 500 and above now. So DAP program people, you could have somebody that's got 400 points now. Guess what? Call them up. Hey, you got to do another 100 points. Let's go. We got to have your first or second or third cut of the DAP program. You got to be on the leaderboard. You can't miss it by 100 points. Boom. Now your personal volume goes up because that person ordered 100 more points. You guys understand? So go map that thing out, chase that thing until there's nothing left to chase. And do it because that's your job. Do it because you're training yourself. You're training the mental muscle. Because if you don't train yourself now, it's like Jim Rohn says. If you can't take care of 3 people, how can you take care of 30? If you can't take care of 3 people, how can you take care of 300? So even if you got small numbers right now, it doesn't matter. The concept remains the same. Go do it because you've got to train yourself and work that mental muscle. Clear? Questions and we're done. Everybody good? Very good. Okay, guys, thanks for joining us. Let's have a strong close to the month. Love you guys.
Love you too. Peace.
All right, peace out.